Hi, Bright Idea. I heard you were excited for Season 6, and I wanted to share my excitement too.
Why am I all tied up?
Oh, Bright Idea! You know what they say about hype trains? They never stop.
Why did... Get me out of these ropes right now!
Sorry to burst your bubble, Bright, but I couldn't resist putting you on the fast track to your doom.
Hold on.
Huh? Hey, what are you doing? She's gone? Where is Bright Idea? Where is she? I'm gonna show her what for, I swear. When I get my hooves on her, I am gonna... You're right behind me, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Note to self. Don't pick a unicorn as your next victim.
Hey, Fast Track. Here's your rope back. I really appreciate you setting up this whole elaborate scheme just to show me your excitement for the new season of MLP, but next time, try something a little less hazardous to my health, okay?
Oh, you mean you're not mad at me?
Are you kidding? I'm planning my revenge on you as we speak. But until such time as I choose the method of payback most fitting for what you almost did, I think it's time to head back to our respective channels now.
My neck and my back!
Note to self, don't teleport more than once in one day. And always read the label before smelling a new perfume. Forgive me if I seem a little flustered, but some pony just made an attempt on my life for an unspecified reason. First time for everything, I suppose. Anyway, in this video, I'd like to talk to you about cliffhangers in My Little Pony. Pretty fitting given recent events. Keeping a story interesting for more than one episode is no easy feat, and creating engaging cliffhangers that tide the viewer over until the next part is extra challenging. So far, not counting Season 6, there have been 8, count 'em 8, two-part story arcs in the show. 5 have opened a season, and 3 have ended a season. Every single one of them had a cliffhanger, to varying and completely subjective degrees of success. For those of you who are wondering, a cliffhanger is a narrative device that creates a sense of urgency and suspense in a story, and is used in books, movies, comics, plays, and pretty much everything else. Much like the elements of harmony, a cliffhanger is made up of 6 important parts: establishing the situation, introducing primary characters, relating with said characters, understanding the challenge or conflict driving the plot, creating a sense of urgency, and that moment of delicious despair that makes us want to know what happens next, or the execution of the ending. To illustrate my point, I'll briefly review each of the first 5 season openers of MLP, focusing on what I personally look for in a quality cliffhanger. Are you ready? Get set, go! Friendship is Magic is the foundation on which the whole show is built, introducing us to the land of Equestria, our main character Twilight Sparkle and her assistant Spike, and establishing the old pony's tale of Princess Celestia banishing her sister to the moon for 1,000 years. The first part of the story also introduces unique and engaging characters like Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie. Great job, Lauren Faust! To wrap it up with a nice bow, during the Summer Sun celebration, Princess Celestia fails to appear before her subjects, and Nightmare Moon, our big bad for this story, makes an intimidating entrance, promising eternal night. This cliffhanger does every single thing right, especially creating the sense of danger and uncertainty of the main characters overcoming their obstacle. In the next season opener, Return of Harmony, we're reintroduced to the main 6, Spike and Princess Celestia, and we meet the embodiment of Chaos himself, Discord. Using his powers of confusion and deception, Discord is able to turn the best of friends into the worst versions of themselves, and the first part of the Season 2 premiere ends with Twilight's world being turned upside down. Literally. This cliffhanger is also one of my favorites in the show, not just for the A+ villain, but even if you haven't seen a single episode of MLP, the story is still entertaining and surprising enough to create excitement to see part 2. Moving on, we have the Crystal Empire, which, in my opinion, is the weakest season opening in the bunch. I had to rewatch the entire episode just to remember what actually happened. The first part of the story took its sweet old time establishing the conflict via a dramatic musical number, and introduced the audience to an entirely new race of shiny crystal ponies with collective amnesia, and a shadowy, glowy-eyed villain known as King Sombra. These new characters are difficult to relate to because none of the Crystal Ponies have any names or personalities. Besides that, the villain is given so little screen time and no lines at all that the audience doesn't get much of an impression of him beyond evil because reasons. The pacing for this story is frustratingly slow, and the ending just left me confused. Where in the world did Somber come from? How did he escape? What is going on? Well, I might as well see how the main six get out of it this time. Hope Twilight passes that incredibly vague test Celestia told her about. A good cliffhanger is supposed to make you excited to see what happens, not shake your head wondering, what in the world did I just watch? Our next two-parter, Princess Twilight Sparkle, establishes the situation by showing Twilight getting used to her new alicorn form. She's a little taller and has a huge pair of wings to get used to, but she's still the same adorkable book horse we've come to know and love. It's nearing the Summer Sun Celebration, the same event that introduced Twilight to all her friends and started her on her journey of learning about friendship. Suddenly, weird thorny vines start popping up in Canterlot and Ponyville, and the royal sisters have gone missing. Note that this story marks the first time a plant is used as the big bad in an MLP episode. Yes, we also have Discord, but he's been reformed for a while now, so no evil from him. Still, he's always good for some gags, and to annoy Twilight and her friends. We also run into Sakura, who just happens to have a special potion that only works with alicorn magic. Oh gee, what a coinkydink. Perhaps in the future I'll do a video about Deus Ex Machinas. In any case, Twilight drinks the potion and witnesses the long-awaited transformation of Luna into Nightmare Moon. And then after that, it just ends. It freaking ends! This isn't a cliffhanger! This is an interruption! After all this time waiting and finally seeing Luna break down and become the villain from the first story was the most glorious thing! And then it freaking ends! Calm down, Bright. It's not worth getting worked up over. Despite my gripes, I do enjoy the story as a whole. I just feel like the cliffhanger could have been handled a bit differently. A good cliffhanger should be right before a character makes a hard choice, or faces an enemy they're not sure they can defeat, or stuck in a dangerous predicament. In this case, I know she's not in any harm. She's just an invisible observer in a reenactment of Lullaby for a Princess. That being said, I'd still take this cliffhanger over Crystal Empires any day. Finally, the Season 5 opener picks up practically right after the Season 4 finale left off. A first for MLP continuity-wise. The situation is clearly established and brings everyone watching up to speed quickly and efficiently. New castle, new map, and new location for the main six to visit. This makes the story entertaining not just for those watching MLP for the first time, but long-time fans of the show as well. We also get new characters in a town that has a very different approach to friendship. Leader of that town is charismatic and manipulative Starlight Glimmer, who believes ponies must think the same and be the same in order to be friends. She enforces this kind of equality through the removal of cutie marks, the symbolic representation of a pony's special talent and personality, and the cliffhanger pretty much leaves Twilight and her friends cutie markless. Excuse me while I freak out. Yes, 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 all of my yes, yes. The conflict is clear, the stakes are high, the writing is amazing and very entertaining, and Starlight is my favorite villain in the whole show. She's powerful, she's scary smart, and she's a unicorn. Not a monster, not immortal, just a regular unicorn whose special talent happens to be removing other ponies' special talent. At least before she got reformed. Oh well, looks like we won't have long to wait to see if Starlight Glimmer can pull a Sunset Shimmer in the new season. In conclusion, as of this video's upload date, I am just days away from watching the premiere of Season 6 of French Biz Magic with my best friend Pop Quiz and my Pegasister Magenta Plume, and we are super duper psyched to see it together. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what your favorite cliffhangers are, MLP or otherwise, and what makes them so good. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more, wait for it, bright ideas.